Hello my lovely people, welcome to my channel. My name is Janet. Today we're going to be doing a 20-minute full body Pilates workout, and the only thing you need is a resistance band to help with all the work. If you don't have a resistance band that's short, feel free to grab a long one and tie it up, or maybe use an old pair of stockings. Now let's getting started, standing with the band just around the thigh. First move coming up for 30 seconds with a 10-second rest. So tap one foot out to the side, keeping a low impact as we're warming up through the body there. Now, as always, if you find that after 30 seconds you can keep going, during that 10 seconds rest, feel free to keep going with the same move and then just move on to the next one when we're all up to it. Nice, resting here for 10 seconds. Next move is you're going to step for 2 crab walks and then tap the inner thigh out. So inner thigh out, step, step, and tap, step, step. Notice how both my legs are sort of in a squat position, so it's not straight. They're always a little bit bent in order to activate your quads and your glutes at the same time. Nice work, side to side, stepping it through. Good, resting it out. So we're just going to turn that body to that left-hand side. Left leg is in front, right leg is behind you, extended. And we're just going to lift the leg and arm into a diagonal positioning. Your standing left leg always has a nice bend in it because you want to work on your stabilizers and definitely not your joints. If you find that your lower back hurts by lifting the leg and arm together, feel free to just do the legs together and maybe not lift as high. Making sure you're engaging your right glute cheek. Nice, and release. So we're going to repeat on the other side, same tip as I just gave you before. Right, make sure that right leg is now bent, left leg is extended. Time the glute you're engaging is your left one as you lift the leg, and your right leg is always on from all the way up to the thigh to the glute. Tummy muscles drawn in to the spine because you want your core to protect you at the same time. Breathe out on the extension. Inhale when you drop it down. So we're going to start to bring in a bit of cardio, stepping side to side and lifting the arms. Level 1s, you're just going to come up on your tippy toes like I am done. Right, you do not have to jump a little bit, but level 2s with me, so you're going to take the whole foot off the ground, so it comes into a little bit of jump. Right, so you can keep this low impact in case you don't want to do any jumps today. That is totally fine. Arms moving up above the head always helps with that heart rate lifting anyway. But if you are jumping, make sure you're landing with both legs bent. Nice, keep going with that if you want to keep going with your cardio, otherwise just hold to the next move. All right, so we're gonna sweep your arms forward and bring one leg back behind you, extending it, just a light tap on the toes, keeping your legs nice and nimble because it's a fast one. Not too much impact here. But in order to get that heart rate up, you're going to increase the speed for me. Nice, have your 10 seconds rest if you need it. So you're going to do a double pulse, lift up on your toes, double pulse or jump for my level 2s. I've just shown the level 1 option. Now I'm jumping. Double pulse and jump. And jump. Again, land with soft knees, which means they land bent as opposed to a straight leg drop down, because then it sort of vibrates all the way up to your knee joints, which is what you don't want to do. definitely going to lift the heart rate. Keep going if you want, otherwise take a moment because the next bit is just continuous down and up, down and up. So either down, up on your toes very fast, or down and jumps very fast. That's it. So that's your level 1. Level 2s, let's go. Little hops. Or little squats really, not hops because it's both legs down. No need to hop here. We are going to jump. Squeeze your tummy muscles and lift your pelvic floor. It's not a very high jump, no need. And rest it out. Hopefully your heart rate is up because mine is, but it's okay because we're coming down to the ground, down onto the right hand side, coming to clamps. Heels together, knees opening and closing. Feet off the ground is just a little bit more of a harder level. Not too much though. The hand that's on the top, I put it on my hip to make sure it sort of doesn't move around too much. But if you want to pop your hand onto the ground in front of you because you need that balance, go for it. We're about to burn the glutes. Nice, take a moment. I find with a resistance band, that glute gets activated much more quicker. And of course, depending how tight your leg is. All right, so we're gonna lift that clamp up and then kick out the leg straight on a diagonal plane, toes flexed in towards the shin still. So with control, your bottom leg is still floating up in the air if you want it. Of course, your bottom leg can also come down if it starts to get tired or too sore. Breathe out on the kick. Inhale when you drop it down. Alright, so that leg is going to go on the diagonal and we're going to drop it down 5 centimeters and up 5 centimeters, but it stays in the diagonal plane because it makes it harder for your glutes for sure. Make sure the thighs do not come down to rest if you can help it, because you will have a 10-second rest in less than 10 seconds. Whole leg is activated. Perfect. Release. All right, so the leg is going to go into the diagonal. You're going to bend the knee in a little bit and then kick it straight out. That knee doesn't have to come too far in front of you, probably in line with wherever your hips are. And then you strike it out with the heel, like you're trying to kick something away. Breathe out on the kick. Hopefully you're starting to feel that top glute now starting to burn through. That's it. Have a moment. We're almost there on this leg. Not too many more moves to go. All right, so we're pulsing it out, keeping that leg up in the diagonal, and it does a little bit of a bounce, like you're moving now 2 centimeters up and down quite fast. I can see in my face that it's starting to get uncomfortable. I hope you feel it as well. That nice juicy burn coming through. It will release as soon as you stop. Promises, promises. Good. Give it a little tap, tap. All right, we're rolling it over on our backs, both feet on the ground, right? Option 2 is to lift the heels. We're going into bridges, arms up in the air. We're going to go up into a bridge, open up the knees, and then bring it back down. Pull your belly button in. Your hips should be on a diagonal line to the knees. Feet a little bit closer towards you if your hamstrings get uncomfortable. Arms on the ground, pushing the triceps into the mat if you need a little bit more support. Right, especially if you can't get that bum nice and high in the air. Good. You can drop the arms. I'm just keeping it up here. All right, so we're going to hold the bum up in the air and we're just going to continuously clap the knees. So you open to a wide V and then bring the legs in back parallel. Again, with that resistance band, it definitely works the glutes a lot harder, especially if you've got a high resistance one. So resistance bands generally come in different tightness. There's light to medium to high. Hopefully you have a medium to high today. Good, and release. All right, we're about to drop the bum halfway and tap one foot out and then alternating. Right, remember when you take one leg out, keep the bum lifted and not sagging on the side that you stepped out. You're gonna try to keep it as stable as possible. So drops down, lift up, tap one leg. Halfway drop, tap. Halfway, then tap. Never shall the bum touch the ground if we can. Pull that belly button in because you don't want to have that dome coming through the stomach if you can help it. This one's a tricky one. All right, so you're going to take your band down to the ankles or just above the ankles there. I'm going to extend the legs out, drop it down, bend it back in. So tabletop position, extend the leg, drop down about 5 or so centimeters, maybe less depending if your back is arching. Exhale, drop, and then inhale back in. So the aim is to not let the lower back arch off the ground, not to flare the chest. It's like you glued your spine all the way into the mat. Nice, and rest it out. All right, so the moves will stay exactly the same with the legs, but your head and shoulders are gonna come up when the legs extend out, just to add a bit more into that six-pack work. All right, we'll work our deep core and also your six-pack at the same time. Exhale, lift up, extend the legs, drop the legs 5, bring it up, and then drop it down when the legs come back into tabletop position. I got some good news, team. You are more than halfway in this workout. You can do this. Don't stop now. We have to even out the sides of the legs. Extend, drop, up, and in. Nice work. All right, this one is tricky. We're gonna hold the legs out to 45 degrees, but your right leg is gonna be slightly higher than your left, and you are gonna just use the right leg to lift up and down. It's like a weird scissor. Head and shoulders stay up off the ground if you can. Hands going behind the head to protect. If you need to drop your head and shoulders, totally fine. Do that and then just keep going with the legs. So your left leg is doing nothing else but holding, and then your right leg is lifting up and away from the leg, and then let it slowly come down. Nice, have a moment. That was definitely going to burn those abs and work your legs and hip flexors at the same time. All right, same thing happens except left leg is in front, right leg is down below, and lift. Straight up and down. Sometimes you get confused and you start to use the back leg to pull, which I sometimes do. But try to keep the back leg steady and just moving your top leg further away and then slowly let it come back in. Good, and release it. All right, let's go into your lower abs, right? Bent legs to roll the bottom and lower back off the ground. Level 2, the legs just go simply straighter. All right, so the more you bend your legs, the easier this is to roll because you can use momentum. The legs high to lift up and down. So if you do a bit of yoga, this is like rolling into a shoulder stand. Those muscles there just below your belly button is what I'm trying to get you to activate. Nice. All right, so the strap is coming back around the thighs. You're going to lie down onto the left-hand side. Whatever we did on the right with the clamps and legs, we're going to do here. Heels together, top knee open and down into your clamps to start. Feet off the ground as you did before. So whatever you did on the other side, if you had your feet down, keep it down. If you have it up, then have it up so that you're nice and even. Again, here, if you pull your belly button in and your core is activated, lift your pelvic floor it gets a little bit easier. Alright, so remember we're going to lift the knee up and extend the leg. Clamp open, extend, and down. Heels return together as you drop the knee. Good. Kick that leg up onto the diagonal. Excellent work. All right, we're going to take that leg up into the diagonal now, completely straight, toes flexed in, bottom leg is down, and lifting that 5 centimeter up, 5 centimeter down. Remember the leg stays all the way up into the diagonal. Try not to drop the foot down too low, because you want to keep that tension on the leg the whole time. I do find sometimes the second side gets tired faster. Totally normal. Oh, I've already given my bum a bit of massage. Clearly I'm feeling it. All right, so the leg stays in the diagonal. We're going to bring the knee in just in line with your top hip and then press it out. So on the press out, exhale and press away. Inhale, bend the knee. You got it, team. After this, we've just got like a tiny bit of arms, maybe one plank, and then you're ready to stretch. All right, we've got the pulses. Mentally prepare. It's only 30 seconds. The burn will be real. The leg just needs to go up and down, up and down. Because you can do this. My face says I don't like it, but you can definitely all do this. I believe in you. Breathe through it, breathe through it. Just take your mind somewhere else. And tap, tap if you need to. All right, so we're gonna just come into a kneeling. If you don't like to kneel, feel free to do this standing up. Your band will go just below the wrists and you're opening and closing the arms. Pull it out nice and evenly, if you can. Open as wide as you can. Try to be nice and even in the arms, so that you have a nice even body over time. All right, we're almost done, team. We've only got 3 more exercises to do, less than 2 minutes of your life, and then stick with me for a stretch. So the arms will stay wide, and you're gonna move the arms in only a little bit. Just a little bit of movement, so you keep the tension on. It goes to the widest point, and then only like 2 or 3 centimeters in, and then go back out again. Very good for your shoulder strength and mobility here. Tummy muscles definitely has to hold you tightly. Great work. All right, so the arm will go up above the head and you open up there. All right, for the sake of your shoulders to get nice and shapely, exhale, come up and open. See, upwards, open and down, up, open and down. This is really good for your shoulders to strengthen up. Great. All right, last exercise is a plank position. If you want to be on your knees, you can hold like this, like I'm showing you. Otherwise, level 2 is up on your toes. You're going to go out, out, in, right hand, left hand, lead, then swap to the right hand. So it's like a ladder with the arm. So we go out, out, in, out, out, in, alternating which hand leads so that you stay nice and even. As best as you can, you want to keep your body relatively still. Obviously, as you get tired like I am, you tend to rock a little bit more, you will notice. And relax, pull back, stretch it out into child's pose, arms straight up above the head, bum back. You can move that strap away. I'll just get you to stretch with me, reaching towards the toes. This will lengthen your lower back and also the hamstrings. Now, if you like these sort of exercises with resistance bands and full bodies, please let me know by liking the channel. Right foot on, crossing to figure 4, body comes in. This is for your glutes. Like I was saying, like the channel, definitely subscribe and definitely comment, so then I'll know what sort of content to make for you. All right, so keep that right leg crossing over, hug that knee in with the opposite arm and stretch the right. This is for your spine to open through. So bend the right, left leg crosses on top, open up the knee, chest comes up. Obviously, if you want other sort of workouts specific to certain body areas, also let me know. Good. Hugging that knee in, turning that body to open up through that spine there for me. Hopefully you enjoyed that workout. Adding a little resistance band is always a little bit more hardcore, I find. All right, let's thread the needle. So we're gonna left hand arm down, right hand lift, and then we thread it underneath your left arm. Right shoulder, right ear to the ground. Opening up that shoulder girdle. And then opposite left arm lifts, look up towards the hand there. And then let's thread it through. Left shoulder, left ear to the ground. Oh, there's that sign to subscribe and like. Don't forget. Good, so turn the back of the hands down. This is just for your wrist to release. You can hold it for a little bit longer if you want to, especially if you use your wrist quite a bit in that plank position. Taking your right leg back, heels coming down, stretching out the calves, elongating up the legs. Swap it over to the other side. Push the body weight into that leg. Thanks for working out with me, team. I will see you next time. Bye for now.